This week we are moving into Mark chapter 10, verses 13 through 16. We're going to do a two-part series again here. And this time, rather than focusing on marriage, we're going to follow Mark's text into the next subject, which is going to be the kingdom of God. And the broad theme for our section in Mark 10 is going to be entering the kingdom of God. In previous verses, we see Jesus describing the kingdom of God, kind of giving us a picture of what it's like through parabolic teachings. But now in these two episodes, the first, what we're going to study today, having to do with little children, and next week we're going to study the rich young ruler who comes to Jesus seeking the kingdom of God. And both of these episodes have in common the theme of entering the kingdom of God. And so there's something in each one of these episodes for us to take away when it comes to how a person enters the kingdom of God. This is very important for you to understand, because entering the kingdom of God is what this life is all about. You want to make sure that whatever you don't accomplish in this life, that you accomplish entrance into God's kingdom, okay? Let me head off any confusion right now about what it means to enter the kingdom of God. There's one way and one way only, and that is through faith in Jesus Christ. A person can only have entrance into the kingdom of God and become a citizen of that kingdom by faith in Jesus Christ. There is no other way. There's no good works, there's no spirituality, there's no religious devotion that can ever merit citizenship in the kingdom of God. It is only by receiving Jesus Christ with faith that a person has their citizenship transferred from this kingdom in this world, ruled by Satan, to the new kingdom of heaven that is going to come when Jesus Christ returns. So when that kingdom finally arrives, you will be pointed to and say, you're part of this kingdom, come on in. And if you're not part of that kingdom, Jesus will point at you and say, you're not part of this kingdom, off you go. Now, when you look at the faith a person has, when you look at the faith that a person has in Jesus, and you were to dissect it, you would find that it involves attitudes, certain kinds of attitudes, and that those attitudes are presented to us here in these two episodes. One attitude is that of like one that is childlike in its reception of the gospel and its view of Jesus, just coming to Jesus like a child with awe and trust and just dependence. It doesn't mean you're not thinking. We're going to explore that in detail today. But it also means, like as we see with the rich young ruler, and we're going to see next week, that you have to leave everything behind. And that's an attitude of someone's heart where the possessions and the treasures and the wealth and the things of this world no longer matter to you. And it's an orientation of your heart away from the material things and opportunities in this world to now see that Jesus is the great treasure. Kind of like what Paul described about his conversion in Philippians chapter 3 when he says, whatever I was, whatever I had before Christ, I now consider dung compared to Jesus. You know, I know I leave it all behind because I've now found in Jesus something far greater than anything that I ever had or anything that I ever became and achieved. So that's the attitude. Those are the two attitudes in these episodes that we're going to explore and over the next 2 weeks. This week we're focusing on the children coming to Jesus in Jesus's lesson that you have to become like a child in order to enter the kingdom of God. Now I want to go through this passage under 4 headings. That's verses 13 through 16, so a very short few verses, but 4 headings. Number 1 is bringing. Number 2 is blocking. Number 3 is belonging. Number 4 is blessing. Okay, so those are going to be our 4 headings: bringing, blocking, belonging, and blessing. Let's get into it.